of Celestial Church of Christ worldwide. When Baba was descending, he never realized that this church is going to be as great as it is, even though it was prophesied at that time, but we never knew that it's going to be as glorious as this. I also want to thank our Father, my shepherd, especially for giving me the opportunity to be here and talk to you. As I always say, when I'm here, don't look at me as that is Evangelist Tunde Apanari or that young boy talking again. Just receive the message. Just receive the message. So I thank God for giving me the opportunity to be here again. I thank all the elders, and may God continue to be with us in Jesus' name. Amen. You might be seated. You might if you want. Because there are some people who are so excited, they just want to stand up and be excited with God. Yeah. So it is not by force. Now, my sermon of today, I titled it Thirst and Hunger for God. Thirst and hunger for God. We all know when we are thirsty, the first thing we do, we look for water and drink. When we are hungry, nobody talks to us. You must find something to eat. But you need to be thirsty for God. You need to be hunger for God. And we are going to come to that later on. But before I go ahead, I want you, if you have a pen and paper, I want you to write this quote down and think about it. I want you to think about it. I want you to try and assimilate it. Try and go over it again and again. Yeah? Now, this is the quote. If God's people were as diligent in cultivating goodness as sinners are in cultivating sin, the church will soon be in a healthier condition. Amen. Did you get that? Yes. If God's people, if we all of us sitting down here today, we are diligent as cultivating goodness, as we are passionate about doing something good. The way sinners are happy about their sins. Sinners, they go to pub, they enjoy themselves, they do all those, they are so happy about it. But if we Christians can be passionate about Christianity, the way the sinners are passionate about whatever they do, the church of God will be healthier today. We won't have all the things we are having in church today. So, this is my taster for today, before we start. My taster. Some people are already expecting it. Where is it now? Now, listen to this. A man took a loan and bought a house. And he was not able to repay this loan. He has paid it to a certain amount of money, remaining just about 500,000. And he couldn't pay anymore. And he was threatening that his house was going to be repossessed from him. And he put on Facebook begging people for loan. And out of about 5,000 friends he has, nobody replies him. No even single like. Then so he sent messages to about 250 people, begging them for loan. Only about 10 responded. Out of the 10, only 6 said they will help him. Out of the 6, only 1 person was able to give him something, which did not even amount to anything. He was so distraught, and he was going. They've already, after a while, they repossessed the house. has no place to stay, no food. And he was going on one day, and armed robber, took picked his pocket while he was, moving around. And then this armed robber, unfortunately, as he was running away, he was hit by a car and killed. He was killed instantly. And when they searched this armed robber, because he was killed and the accident was so bad they don't even recognize him. But the only thing they were able to pick from him was the wallet he just stole, and which contained the ID card of this man that was, being distressed. And the news went on the Facebook that the man was dead. The news went round. Over half of his friends on Facebook posted it, telling the world how good he was when he was alive. Before you know it, they started gathering money for his burial. They were so happy, that his friends raised instantly 1.5 million for his burial, for coffin, chairs, and canopy. The families who doesn't even want to know him, they start and have meeting immediately. They raise money for everything. This man, he was almost buried in a coffin cost of about 500,000. So then the family raised money. They contributed over millions of naira. And now imagine the scene. On the day of his burial, this man appeared. On the day of his burial, this man appeared. So that is life today. That is life today. Majority of us, we have seen ourselves in this position whereby, especially in Nigeria, whereby people are hungry, people need our help, we refuse to help them. But the moment they are dead, they start the family, the money the man asked for, that they couldn't give him when he was alive, they start gathering that money together to bury him. The culture, the place where I came from, when someone died like this, especially when he's old, before they bury him, they must build a house. They must build a new house where they are going to lay his body and everything. They will keep the body even almost 12 months in the mortuary while they are building house. This man was a pauper who doesn't have anything when he was alive. He was roaming the streets, but when he died, they must build a house before they bury him. That is why this is reality. It's not about, it's not a false story. And this is what a lot of people we are as human beings. Now, that is that. Let's go back to the lessons of today, which has a lot we are going to learn from. Which has a lot we are going to learn. Yourselves. Is that the first lesson?
Yes.
Okay.
Hosea 10.
Okay, Hosea 10.
Sow to yourself in righteousness.
Yeah.
Reap in mercy.
Yeah.
Break up your fallow ground. For it is time to speak to the Lord, to seek the Lord, till he come and rain righteousness upon you.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm going to rush through the first lesson, because the second lesson is almost the same. It's like a recap of the first lesson. So we are going to rush through that. Now I will translate that into what my Bible says here. Plow your fields. Plow your fields. You know, when you want to plant, when the farmers want to plant, the first thing they do is to clear the fields. Yeah, you clear the field, they plow the fields. Then they scatter the seeds. They plant the seeds, and then they expect harvest. Right? So, and the Lord is saying here that worship the Lord, worship me, the Lord, and I will send my saving power down like rain. And that is the rain that is going to, because without rain, if you plant anything, and without rain, that seed will just die there. So the same thing is this passage is telling us that we should prepare our ways for God. We should prepare our way. We should clear the ways. We should prepare our mind and then plant the seed. And then God will then send down the rain to make it germinate. As we are listening to the word of God now, it's like a seed. And then when we allow God to speak to us, then that will be the rain that will germinate in our life. That's it, man.
Master King,
Yeah.
you have planned wickedness.
But some people have planned wickedness instead of planning good. Yeah?
Ye have reaped iniquity.
Yeah?
Ye have eaten the fruit of life.
Yeah.
Because thou didst trust in thy way.
Yeah.
In the multitude of thy mighty men.
Yeah.
Therefore shall a turmoil arise among
Yeah. So
thy,
what we break out.
and all thy fortresses shall be spoiled.
Yeah.
As Shaman spoiled Bethel in the day of battle.
Yeah.
The mother was dashed in the pieces upon her children.
Yeah.
Verse 15. So shall Bethel do unto you because of your great wickedness. In the morning shall be the king of Israel utterly be cut off.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Okay. That's how brief the first lesson is. Now, we are going to go straight to the second lesson, that we are going to come back to the first lesson to see how they are related. Because we are talking of planting seed and germinating. And then the second lesson is talking about harvest. Because the first lesson is talking about clearing the fields and the planting, and then the rain will come. And then the second lesson is talking about harvest. That is when you are going to reap whatever you sow. Right? So, can we quickly go to second lesson? John 4, 34, 38.
Jesus said unto them,
Jesus said unto them,
my meat is to do the will of him
my food is to do what God wants. Go on.
and finish his work.
I eat and what that sent me.
Say
I must finish the
not
work.
they,
Yeah.
there are yet 4 months,
Yeah.
and then cometh harvest.
Yeah.
Behold,
Yeah.
I say unto you, lift up your eyes. I hope I'm right.
Yeah, you're right, sir. You're right, man.
Look, lift up your eyes
Yeah, go on.
and look on the field,
Yeah.
for they are white already to harvest.
Yeah.
And he that repelleth receive wages, and gathereth fruit unto life eternity.
Yeah.
That both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together.
Hallelujah.
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 You see that, man. I said earlier on that the first lesson was talking about planting, and the second lesson is talking about harvest. Now, if you look at that last chapter, last verse, he said, "I'm sending you to harvest crops in the fields where others have done all hard work." Now, let me tell you a very short story about this. That Jesus Christ is saying here that I'm sending you to harvest crops in the fields where others have done all the hard work. There are some times that we do work and we are so impatient and we allow people to come and enjoy the labor, our hard-earned labor. There was this man who wants to dig well. We all know where? Konga. And then he called a workman and said, "Look, I need to dig a well. How much is it going to cost?" And man said, "Okay, that give me 10,000. 10,000, I'll pay you." And this man started digging. For this, he started digging, he did not mix water. Then the man came and said, "I know they do it again. This is your place, there's no water there. Take your money and go." And then the man called another person to come and dig. And that person started from where this man was finished. "How much are you going to take?" Say 10,000. "Okay, this 10,000, go and dig." This man started digging. Water no come. He said, "Okay, this is your place, so water no dey there. Take your money and go." The third person come the same thing. Then the fourth person came. The moment he put digger like this down, like this, water goes out. And then he collected the 10,000 and go. You see, this is what this Bible is just an illustration of what this passage is telling us here. That sometimes, when we are about to reach our glory, we give up. Sometimes, when God wants to answer our prayer, that is when we say it's too late. I've waited too much. Please pardon me with my story. You know me, I'm a storyteller. Now, when I was a Catholic, there's this Catholic girl who is so devoted to Catholicism that, in Catholic Church, we have saints this, saint that, saint that. And there are different saints for different things. Patrons, they call it patron saints. For example, Saint Joseph is the patron saint of barren women, people who are looking for children or husband. Yeah? Then different saints like that. There was this lady who was getting to 30. And Yoruba would say, 30. And she was getting worried. She hasn't got married. And she went to meet the priest. And the priest said, look, keep saying your name, Mary, by the statue of St. Joseph and start doing novena for 7 days. And this girl, because she's a Catholic devoted person, and she started doing that novena for 7 days. After 7 days, the 7th day she got an invitation to a party and said, yes, today is my day. I must meet that man. My prayer was about to be answered. So she went and do shopping, bought, the best dress. And she got to the party. Almost all the men in the party danced with him. And nobody, toasted him or collected his number. She was so disappointed. She got home crying. And she said, I've been doing this novena. This thing doesn't work. She just carried the statue threw out of the window. Oh. And she lives in this story building. And this statue then fell on the helmet of a policeman doing what they call it? Patrol. And we have a word for it now, isn't it? There's a slang that we use for police going anyway. On the beat, yeah, on the beat. So the statue fell on him and it broke into two. And the man picked it up and looked and saw the window, counted the floor, and then went, knocked at the door. And he was met with this girl crying. So why are you crying? No, he said, I'm going to arrest you for throwing things and hit the law on the head. So you have no option than to follow me to the station. And the girl was still crying. The man was not even ready to listen to him. Let's go. So on their way, and it's by the way, I want to know why you threw that thing. And then the lady, narrated that story. And then this policeman looked and said, look at me here. I'm a devoted Catholic, and I've been looking for a devoted Catholic girl to marry.
Oh my God.
And he just made a U-turn and went back to arrest again. And that was how marriage took place.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. You see, this has illustrated exactly what I'm talking about. When you feel that, that is when God wants to start. We must not give up at any time. At any time. Because that time you think that, this God will back more. Adra is a very, So, now, coming back to the second lesson, because I'm going to use the second lesson to illustrate the whole thing. If you look at the story did not start from 34. The story starts from, if you go home, please read from the beginning. You will see Jesus Christ was on a trip with his disciples, and he was so tired, hungry, and he sat by the side of the well. And then the disciples said, our guy is tired. Let us go and look for something, food to buy and bring come. And they left. And then while he was at the side of the well, met a beautiful lady who came and said, Master, what are you doing here? Sir, are you thirsty? Let me give you water. And the man said, if you know the person standing up in front of you, you ask for, everlasting water. And then, we all know the story. And then when the disciples came back, and, the lady was so excited and said, look at this man. He doesn't even know me. He has told me about all my life. Because what happened? There was questioning and answer between them. He said, you woman, you been married 5 times. Even the one you are saying now is not your husband. And things like that. Instead of the woman to get offended, she was excited that, who is this man who told me about my life without even telling him? But some of us today, when we go to see prophets, and the prophets tell us the truth, you will say, you will be angry that who is he to tell me, what he has told me. But this woman was so excited and started telling people. He didn't go to women because he knows that, because he went to men and started explaining to them that, look, I met one man today at the website. He told me this man must be the Messiah. And when the disciples came, this is where the story of today starts. When they came, and they said, Oga, we have brought the food though. Can somebody read the 34 for me? 34, yeah. John 4:34.
34.
Yeah.
Jesus said unto them,
Yeah.
my meat is to do the will of
Yeah, when they brought the food, they said, Oga, you don't bring food, they said, I don't need the food again. Say, because my food is to do what God wants.
And to finish his work.
And to finish his work. And this is where the title of this comes from. We must be thirsty and hunger for God. Jesus Christ was working very hard, was so tired. Yet, he told them that this is not my food. He's not hungry of physical food. He's not hungry of physical water. He's hungry to do his Father's work. It is very easy. It is very okay for us to say, okay, I've been to work all day, I'm tired. Understandable. I've gone to the gym. I've worked out, I'm so tired. Understandable. But how many of us sitting down here today will tell me that I'm so tired because I've been doing God's work today? No. This is when we need to be hunger and thirsty for things of God. And when I came to this church, the first day I entered there, it was on a Wednesday, and I'm not going to go into the story. And it was when I was expecting a full Wednesday service. And I came in here, it was only Daddy. And may I so rest in peace, late Shade. And I thought, okay, maybe it's Wednesday. I was looking forward to Sunday. The first day I looked forward to after that was on Saturday. And I was so excited. Hey, Saturday, the way we do in Nigeria, we have to clean the church, we have to do this. And I was, because I was in the Ika, and I came on Saturday, nobody came. Nobody was here. The whole place was the same. And luckily at that time, we don't clear table, and we don't clear chairs. We leave the chair the way they are and come back. Because when I came in on that Wednesday, the chairs were arranged like this. So there's nobody on here on Saturday to do anything outside. Okay, Sunday came. Yeah, I saw a lot of people, and I was happy. But what I want to tell you today is that Greater London Parish is a household name in London, even in Nigeria. People hear Greater London Parish and they want to be there. And I bet you, believe you me, when some of them come here, they get disappointed. First, they come in, oh, you guys have a very good place here. You go to the kitchen, oh, you have in this kitchen, you have this, you have that. And when they come here, especially on Sunday, they get disappointed. Why? Because that place is empty and almost everywhere is empty. The first prayer point today, when the 3-member prayer, the first person that prayed today was praying that God should give us members, this and that, this and that. God will not bring the members to us. Everything is in your hands, they are in my hands. When we dress up in the morning, I'm very sorry because I'm going to say I'm going to hit the nail at the top here, at the head here. Everything I'm saying here affects me too. So if it hits you, don't be offended, because it hits me too. How many of us sitting down here, since you started this church, has invited somebody in here? We do parties every time. We invite people to party. Even sometimes when we invite people to party in the church, we have reception in the church, we will tell them, oh, you can come around 12 o'clock. You can come around 3 o'clock. By that time, the service will be over. Are we ashamed to invite them to our service? When Jesus Christ said that, let's look at Matthew 9. Nine 37 and 38.
Hallelujah.
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 Ṣiṣẹ́
Fún ìwẹ̀nù ẹ̀yìnwá, Olúwa fi lè wá pẹ̀lú wa ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìjọ Jíhófà. Ká sì rántí ọ̀rọ̀ bí mo bá ṣiṣẹ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìwẹ̀nù ẹ̀yìnwá, ká sì rántí ìlera lókè ọ̀run. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, can we please be seated?
He unto his disciples.
Yes.
The harvest truly is plenty,
The harvest truly is precious, but the laborers are few.
Pray,
Pray,
ye
ye
therefore,
therefore,
the
the
Lord of harvest,
Lord of harvest,
and he will send forth laborers in
to harvest. Hallelujah. Statement. We pray every time that God bring in people here. God bring in people here. God will not come and drag people by themselves to bring them down here. It is left for me and you. We dress up in the morning, going to church in our fine dress, and our neighbors are looking at us. Some of them, these white people, they are so inquisitive. They come to you, hey Mo, I like your I like your costumes. And you say, no, it's not costume. It's my garments, church garments. Maybe that neighbor of yours is looking for a way for you to invite her or him to your church. Have you ever, tried to invite them and say, come, yeah, I'm going to church. Come to my church, come and see what we are doing there. No. What are we ashamed of? Even on harvest here. How many people here, honestly, we say, I invited personally up to 5 people to the harvest? Personally, up to 5 people personally to the harvest? No. Look at our events, the women event before the harvest. No, apart from the people who came to deliver message, no guests was there. So how do we work for God? How do we work for God if we cannot, invite people? And this is what the passage is telling us here today, that we should try as much as possible, because the harvest is truly precious. Even though we might be looking at ourselves that we are very few. Yes, we are few. But have we tried our own, best to invite people? We come to church every time, yes. But have you invited any soul? Have you won any soul for Christ? A lot of times you see new people here, and they come, like I said, some of them are disappointed. They were expecting a very large crowd, but at the same time, do we follow them? They come here, we see the best thing we do is to sing, "You are welcome in the name of the Lord," and that's the end of it. You don't see the person next week. Did anybody bother to call to find out? Okay, all right. Yeah, we do. But when we do we follow each other? Do we make sure that they come back next time? Even, let's leave strangers. Even our own self here. I'm going to use myself as an example. Last Sunday I was not in church. And everybody knows here that I don't miss church. Everybody knows I don't miss church. But you did not see me. How many people try to phone and say, Uncle, Daddy, today, why were you not in church today? How many people did that? Sometimes it encourages people. You don't have to wait until you see me and say, I'm in church last Sunday, kilo day. And that is what is killing the church of God. This affects me too. How many people have I called that I've not seen? I'm not talking about you sitting down there. I'm talking about myself too. Let's try and encourage ourselves. Those of us who are here, there are people who travel far and wide to come here. The day we don't see them in the church, that's it. We don't even bother. We don't even want to know what happens to them. It is when we see them, we start asking, Brother Apanari, church last Sunday. Did you try and find out why he was not in church last Sunday? From him personally. Or you start asking somebody, Sister Musa, I'm around in church. Is that the right thing to do? No. Let's encourage ourselves, those of us who are here. And also, when I was sorry about I was soon random. Sorry about my story all the time. I was in a church, and I traveled to Benin when I was in Nigeria during the Christmas period, and I stayed with somebody. And that Sunday morning, I was phoning around looking for Celestial Church to go. And the people they were describing the church to me, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, I have to follow the lady I was staying with to her church, which is a Pentecostal church. Now, the moment I entered the church, number one, they look at me, they notice a stranger. They took me straight to the front, which I didn't like, but I didn't have a choice. I sat there. I was almost the point of preaching for the preacher that day. And then towards the end of the service, they said all the newcomers stand up, we stood up. The next thing, after prayer, they just say, follow that person. We all followed. They took us to one room. We sat down. They give us meat pie and coke, malt. We ate, we drink, and then they give us form. We start writing. Me, I wrote in my phone that I'm just a visitor here. I have a church, where I'm going. I thought that would discourage them. By the time I got home, within 5 minutes, I got a call from that church. Say, oh, you are with us today. Thank God for your life. Blah, blah, blah. We realize that you put there, that you only came to visit, you are going back to your church. Yeah, we know, but we just want to pray with you. We don't want to, thank God with you. Whenever you come to Benin, please come to our church. That is how to make people, like, if I go to Benin, I'll be looking for that church to go back. If not for anything, because of the coke or meat pie again. You see? There's always a reason for something. Yeah, there's always a reason for something. People come to church for different reasons and got arrested. When we are young, don't take this personal. Sometimes we go to certain church because of some girls we are chasing. But when you get there, you get arrested. And we start attending that church. So the same thing, people come to church for different reasons. And when they come, it's our duty to make them stay. Yeah, it is our duty. Some of us, even when they come, it is our attitude first that we drive them away. Yeah, thank you. I thought I was the timekeeper. No, I was the timekeeper. When I'm here, nobody should keep time for me.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. All right. So I think, like I always say, because when I enter here, it is just Yorùbá ní àbọ̀rọ̀ là ń sọ fọ́mọ náà bì tó bá dé ní aago dídí Mo ti sọ àbọ̀rọ̀ fún yín lẹ́nu. Ẹ jẹ́ kó do dídí nínú yín. Let us think about it. It sounds like a joke, but it is serious. Let's take things of God seriously. Let us go home today and sleep and say, how many people have I, since I get to that church, how many people have I invited to the church? Let's look at that, our neighbor that is always envy our sultana, and try and invite that person one day and see what is going to happen. God will do his miracle. May God bless us in Jesus' name.